I'll take it. It wasn't ideal, it wasn't fabulous, it was against horrible competition, but it was a win, and I will take a win. How you doing, everybody? Tim here once again. View from the South Stands, coming to you early Wednesday morning after TFC's first win in 56 days. Ironically, it was the first time that we've had a win since we played the El Salvadorian side Aguila in the Champions League back in early August. We haven't won a game since. We beat them 5-1 at home, and we beat them last night 3-0 away. Quincy Ameriquai got the game off on the right foot fairly early for the Reds with a very nice, sharp angle goal. And then, of course, we had the brace from Terry Dunfield, one late and one in the second half on a beautiful break in from Ryan Johnson. Somebody on Twitter last night posted that Terry Dunfield would be far and away the best player in the Salvadorian League. Aguila were not very good. They weren't very good here. They weren't very good back in El Salvador. They weren't in San Miguel. They were in San Salvador, the national stadium. And it just was not a very good performance from them. They're just not a very good team. One of the commentators last night actually mentioned that I think they've set a record for negative goal difference in the CONCACAF Champions League. And remember, this is the first time that there's only been a 4-game, I should say, qualification process rather than a 6. So they've given up more goals in 4 than any team gave up in 6 in previous iterations of this tournament. So I don't know what the 3-0 means. I think obviously what it means more than anything else is only by a thread, but still, they're still alive. Toronto FC still lives and breathes in the CONCACAF Champions League inexplicably. After losing to Santos at home and after beating Aguila home and away, basically it comes down to this. In October, Toronto has to go to Santos Laguna and win by 3 goals. Not holding my breath, but at least they have they know what they have to do. The only real regret about last night is that once again Toronto didn't really capitalize fully on all of the chances that they had. Ryan Johnson, Reggie Lamb, who hit a crossbar, come to mind with a little more cutting edge and incisiveness up top, or maybe even with a healthy Eric Hasley. And unfortunately, it would have been really sweet to have a really healthy Danny Couvermans there yesterday, because I think Toronto FC could have scored 7 or 8 goals against Aguila last night and made the job in Santos Laguna less impossible than it is. But hey, still, they got the win. Anything less than a win last night would have basically meant that the last game would have been a rubber match in Mexico, and it wouldn't really meant something. But at least now the team has something to build on for the rest of the season. The MLS games mean nothing. We're getting the wooden spoon. We're going to get the first draft pick next year. We're going to get the first allocation pick next year. And that is what it is. That's where it is right now, and it's not going to change, unfortunately. But at least they still have one more game. Even with a 1 in a million chance, they still have one more game to play later this season that actually might mean something. So they go to Santos Laguna next month and they have to win by 3. It'll be the Montreal Miracle times 10. I don't see it happening, but hey, you never know, right? It's a strange game. Wacky things can happen from time to time. Back to the game for a moment. I think one of the things that was kind of unfortunate was the fact that the National Soccer Stadium of El Salvador, in San Salvador, is a freaking cow pasture. There were times where I literally could not see the feet of the players. The grass was so thick, whether they don't have lawnmowers in El Salvador, whether they didn't let the goats out on the goat pasture to chew the grass down. I don't know what happened. Obviously, that's just another Central American tactic and Toronto, not being the best ball control team, probably took advantage of that last night, ironically. But I thought that was really interesting to see how a team with nothing to play for would still try with those negative tactics. And speaking of negative, Toronto FC has another road game coming up on Saturday. It's going to be Saturday at 7, I think it is, and it's going to be against the New York Red Bull, a team that's certainly in a much better position than Toronto FC when it comes to the playoffs they're in, and obviously we're not. The Red Bulls have a lot to play for. The top of the Eastern Conference is very tight, and I don't expect that they're going to give TFC much of a let up, shall we say. It could get ugly on Saturday. I hope it doesn't, but again, we'll have to see how that goes. And the only other thing I want to end with on the game is hats off to Terry Dunfield. I talked about early on at the top of the video how he was the captain last night and he scored 2 goals. It's really nice to see a Canadian boy with the armband on his sleeve actually play so well and be not only a scorer but a leader of men on the pitch last night as well. So it's nice to see Dunfield and his hard work rewarded. What he certainly lacks in talent, he makes up with in hard work and determination, and that's something I think that a lot of other players on Toronto FC could definitely learn from. The last thing I very quickly want to mention is, again, I'm on this and I really want you guys to keep the pressure on. If you have not contacted your ticket rep at TFC, whether it be a phone call, whether it be an email, please get in touch with the team and let them know what you think they need to do for 2013 vis-a-vis price reductions for season seats. I speculated in my last video that the team may not even know what it's doing as of yet, considering that they're going to be coming out with the season ticket 2013 and a single seat 2013 pricing model sometime between the middle and the end of October, after most likely the last home game of the season is what I'm hearing, maybe the week of the 23rd, the week before Halloween. So you've got a lot of time to still possibly influence what the team actually is planning to do, and the only way that you can do that is to let your voice be heard, whether it be on the message boards, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be letters to the editor, whether it be phone calls or emails to the team directly, letting them know that you're not satisfied as a paying customer with overall the quality of a product that you've been receiving, not only this year but in previous years as well, and that the team needs to make a real tangible change for 2013 in order to keep you as a paying customer. So I've done that already, and I really hope that you guys will all do the same as well. Again, I'll have another video blog up on probably Sunday after TFC's game Saturday against the Red Bulls. Let's hope it's not an ugly one. Hey, I'm not a big fan of New York. Let's hope that the Reds can even get a point, or God forbid, even a win in New York. I'll believe it when I see it, but hey, the winning streak maybe starts here. Who knows? Isn't that the beautiful part of soccer, by the way? You have 2 months where you absolutely suck. You get a win against a horrible opponent, and even just for a little bit, your hope is rekindled for another day. That's probably the thing I love about the sport more than anything else. Again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys on the weekend. Cheers.